Here we are for the legs of the Quaddie on RacingRant Friday preview. What are you looking at, Mark?
Just checking.
Oh, sweetie.
All sweet. Legs of the Quaddie is firstly the mile, benchmark 82. Cawthon's Power, $3.30. $4.60 Leopari, his stablemate. $6 Sabino's Speed, $7.50 Olympic Academy. $9 King's Officer, $11 Rock Milady and Song of Laughter, $16 Star Wars.
Well, this is a race where, from this part of the program, I started to struggle to differentiate like a lot of runners. And what I'm saying is, even starting off when you do your donkey work early, and all of us obviously start off with ticks and crosses, I seem to start off with a lot of crosses. You mean you want to back Cawthon's Power tomorrow at 320?
No.
You want to back Olympic Academy who doesn't win?
No.
You want to back Song and Laughter on a dry?
Maybe.
Sabino's Speed, yeah, it's poking around. King's Officer, like, does it ever win anymore? Star Wars, I don't know how to win. Rock My Lady. Oh, really? And Leopari, the massive riding change, about the only positive, but then I've got to put up with Waller.
Sabino's Speed looks to take it up here despite drawing one, and Cawthon's Power and Rock My Lady won't be too far away. There's just the others sit midfield or worse. It's a bit dum-de-dum.
Like, if the jockeys got their heads together in the jockeys' room in the old days and put a 1E together, and there was only one try, it wouldn't win. It's that sort of race. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it would come unstuck. In the good old days when we had 1Es and they were politically correct.
Well, look, Cawthon's Power's got a problem straight away because, you know, Rock My Lady started short of that. That's dragging it. That's a break.
Yeah, it is fourth up coming off a win, and one of the few horses to Wallers to win in that period, so that's a tick.
Yeah. Okay, but I say 3-1.
Olympic Academy.
Well, he was the cleverest ride the other day, you know, he just maxed it, didn't he, H. Bowman? He just...
One of my all-time favourite horses. Crookie owns him, and he's a honest horse, but he rarely wins. That's a fair comment.
A lot of seconds.
He rarely wins. Well, I'm always on him. He rarely wins. Song and Laughter, you sound a bit keen there.
Oh, it's 2 runs since the spell have been fairly decent. I know one was on a heavy and one was on a soft, but...
Can't go a yard in the dry track before.
Yeah, but I mean, look, what are we going for here?
No, he can go a yard. He goes the same fast pace on dry as on heavy.
Yeah.
Funny horse.
Yeah.
I'm going to tip first. I'll tip Sabino's Speed here on top, boys, mainly because it takes it up. Maybe taking it up.
Wouldn't you just love it to be drawn out? You know, just so, because obviously he drives through and leads there, but it's just the other horses are there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want the leader's barrier every time you tip a leader. The leader's barrier is 9.
Yeah. I'm tipping it to beat Leopari. He'll work home hard. It's the sort of horse that Abdullah already suited. We've got Waller. And I'm going to tip Rock My Lady for third, mainly because it's the roughie of the race.
I reckon Leopari wins.
It's hard not to like, isn't it, Leopari?
There's a lot to like about it.
I just love the gun.
Price is it?
They've realised now that...
It's only a price though. I wouldn't say it's super overs. I mean, what price can you be about it?
5 to 2.
That's the only other price you can be. You can be 5 to 2, 7 to 2 or 5s. But you can only probably be 5 to 2 or 7 to 2. But so it's 5 to 2, it's 460.
It's still the rock bottom of the...
It's just, yeah.
It's finding it, isn't it?
5 to 2, you're really saying, I've really found this.
Yeah.
7 to 2 is a stamp, which is...
I thought it was a great run last start. I love the fact that they've kept it over 1,600 metres, and I love a positive jockey change. So, a few ticks there.
Back on Sabino's Speed, he was classic leader, got crossed the other day, and you know, they hate it when they can't. When they get bottled up, they can't accelerate. They need to be able to lead at their own speed. But it hasn't seen too many miles, but that looks all right. The race that I have a problem with on the program tomorrow as a feed is the King Darcy race. You know, it looks a bodgy. Well, I should say at the outset.
Totally
We've got 2 weeks of Canterbury and Warwick Farm feeding into this Randwick meeting. That's a problem. First up, because they're bodgy Saturdays, not real Saturdays. And as I say, I think the King Darcy lead-up race has me worried.
Perplexed is your usual word.
Yes.
It does, but then some of the races are so light, you sort of half got to excuse it.
I know, it's like it's not you can't apply a blanket rule. Anyway, Leopari for me in that. Moving on to the Carrington, which 9th Legion won 2 years ago, and last year was won by Zinzanity.
Oh, you good little Zinzan. Where is he?
$3.70 Ecuador, kept fresh for this. What's it say there?
28 day spell.
My RacingRant form guide says $3.90, mate.
Honestly, they fucking.
$4 Oxford Poet, $5 Gold Symphony, $5.50 Ninth Legion, $7 Prince Famous, 13 Shiraz, 21 Wouldn't It Be Nice. And
If none of the corporates bet to 9 o'clock in the morning, should they be allowed to advertise their prices?
they'll bet some clients before that.
Okay, so what? Is that fair?
Well, there's no framework to once upon a time we had this licensing regime where if you were a bookie and you stood up on the rails, you had to bet to lose 3,000 back in the day, and 1,000 in the outer, and all those bookies were subject to the conditions of their licence, and that's what you could rely upon. Mm-hmm. Then Racing New South Wales said, oh, those corporates that have set up their evil, we'll ignore them, and so the corporates got to draw up their own rules. So the fairness didn't come into it because the regulator took their eye off the ball.
Okay, no, let's not get it. It's more for the rant, sorry.
Oxford Poet I have leading here. Prince Famous taking a trail going up to 1400. 9th Legion on speed. Ecuador behind him. Gold Symphony, Shiraz, Wouldn't It Be Nice. Juicy race.
Juicy or ho-hum?
Juicy.
Well, guys, I'm going to leave your two capable answers. I haven't got to pick you out.
Needs a little bit of luck from barrier 1, but why isn't this thing just going to win again? Ecuador.
I don't know, because it started $14 the other day. It's
Yeah.
staying at 1400. It's a
Staying at
different
14
course.
What is it?
It's a different course.
28-day spell.
Yeah, it's a different course. He's probably his better runs are at Rosehill.
There's nothing wrong with his runs at Randwick. He's been running in some really high quality stuff. He's had 2 starts over the course of this. Is the
He's
2
terrific, and he's a winner, and Hippo's a winner.
And the stable's fine. Just a little bit of luck from barrier 1, and he wins. That's all
I
I've
don't know if it's that clear.
No, I didn't. I like Ecuador. I like the horse.
Look at this, what it's against, but
So you're saying 9th
they're
Legion's no
ho-hum. They've all got
I don't
some
like.
sort
I
of
don't
a
like
chance on
Ninth
old
Legion.
form.
He spent two runs up in Brisbane.
I didn't like Oxford Poet that much.
1,000 metres to
400.
400.
Well, okay, so imagine if Oxford Poet was resuming in this race with 3,000 metre
this
trials.
before.
What would you be saying?
I say I'd probably give it a chance.
It's weird. Like, I can't get my head around that. I want to say, oh, well, the step up is terrible.
The 1,000 metre trial is they leave a stack of energy in the tank. A 1,000 metre race, they burn energy.
Yeah, but it was a 1,000 metre race at Warwick Farm, so maybe it wasn't the...
Yeah, I'm just going. I know, like Carrara. Seriously.
And this horse, Oxford Poet, from the mounting yard, remember?
That's its trial. Don't stop looking at the horses in that.
No, but he was as big as a mountain.
Who?
Oxford.
It's very strongly fancied.
Big as a mountain. So that's a gut busting run first up. I couldn't. When I got on the rant that horse run third, I was all confused. Remember? That can't be any good going to 1400.
Okay,
Because
so
you can't shed enough racing weight.
anywhere else?
1,
Like,
2, 2.
Prince Famous is racing really well.
Racing really well. I
No,
told you I
he's
was
been to
ho-hum.
1300 once in his life, where he owned that race. That was a midweek race, but it was early in his career at Warwick Farm.
I told you I was ho-hum.
And the bottom one
No,
is rock solid. Like he's not much good, but he's just like completely wound up.
What's his name?
Gold Symphony sitting there for T. Clark.
Coming off a 4-horse race win, but he did do a good job.
You know, he's third up. He's been gelded this preparation. What more was he going to do first up?
Yeah, he went, yeah. Yeah, not hopeless. What else is he?
So he's $5. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. I'm saying there's 4 chances: Ecuador, Oxford Poet, Prince Famous, Gold Symphony.
It's a 7-horse race.
I'm saying there's 4 chances.
And you left out number 2, who's got a chance.
Yeah, I'm saying that I'm
I
hard.
suggest to our punters, we've just said nothing. So let's move on to race 8 and try and find a winner for them.
Okay, but Gord's very keen on Ecuador. You'll be betting they're good?
Yeah.
Okay. 1400 again, this time I benchmarked 76, and it's King Darcy favourite, $3.60, $5 Hogmanay, $7 Sonic Swish, and I'm so desperate for him just to disappear off the
I should
face
be
of the
ringing
earth.
Hieronymus for money.
$7.50 Louis C.K., $7.50 Iman Nui, $10 Dark Steel, and long odds the top 2.
A lot of Waller.
King Darcy on speed, Dark Steel on speed. Hogmanay has got the right draw this time and did come back to 1400 last time to race on the inside there. Got unders will be trying to poke through there, trying to lead. Maybe not yet, but he could certainly take it up. Honest race.
Another
Honest
ho-hum
horse.
race for me, honest horses. I mean, all my word might be just from the mounting yard, like every little bit of it. But I haven't got much for you there, Mark.
Well, okay, let's start with the favourite.
King Darcy, who did a really good job.
Did a really good job, but he went back to Warwick Farm. There's a Warwick Farm win there, there's a Warwick Farm win there, perfectly ridden by Hieronymus, whereas Hogmanay was like, you know, like
He had barrier 2 the other day, King Darcy.
I know, and he got sudden, what's it, sudden thing, the
Sudden
horse that beat
Bliss.
Cottage at Warwick Farm.
that horse.
He got it to jump out and lead it. So straight away he didn't have an inside draw.
That's a fair comment.
Like, Hieronymus rode that race perfectly, and look, I think King Darcy's got a good chance again, but coming to Randwick, it's game on, and I think that Hogmanay was out of play the other day with the 28 days off and you know, going back onto the inside and coming back in distance. Louis C.K., J. Parr will ride this horse perfectly. This horse is, you know, he's on the 7-day backup.
He's flying.
He was on a 9-metre rail last week where you really couldn't launch, whereas he gets a sympathetic track tomorrow. That's where I'm looking. Imanui, I don't think he's got any depth to his form. Dark Steel is not good enough, and Sonic Swish I think is better at 1200, although he might also be better at Randwick. Avanako looks busted. Got unders honest, but
Not yet.
not yet.
That's what I thought too.
But I like Louis C.K., I like Josh Parr going back on board, and it is, I want odds about a horse like this because it's one that, you know, sort
I
of...
think $7.50 is reasonable.
Is reasonable. On suspicion, I'm actually giving number 10 a chance. I know it's got no sub. You're exactly right, Mark. It's got no substance to its form, but it's the one that I haven't stamped as
I suppose that everyone
where
else
its level is.
ran against Zordenkonig as well.
Well, it was on barrier 1 there and just got dragged back to last, and then was pulling its head off. And
They've plenty of improvement from the yard that day.
yeah,
Second up tomorrow, I expect it to go a lot better.
Mm.
But whether it wins, I just think.
Yeah, well,
I think third up for it's going to be its go. But
yeah.
like, there's other ticks there that are lightly raced.
Mm.
Ronnie trying to train a winner.
Yeah, okay, so betting away from the favourites there, Gord.
Yeah.
Let's get to race 9, boys.
And this is juicy. $3.50 deploy, $5.50 suspense. $9.50 Kadiro from gate 1. $10 Alart.
Why couldn't it win last start when I tipped on time?
$13 Noble Joey, $14 Roaring to Win. $19 Sarajevo, he's right out of the market now. $19 Got the Goss. $14, I read it out, Roaring to Win. $17 New Trainer, Queen of Kariba. $18 Petrosian. $26 the bottom. This is classic, I think, because I can see issues with deploying suspense here. So, as I say, we've lost in Costanati, so we don't have to worry about him trying to get through and lead. Noble Joey moving forward from his leader's gate. Isorich on speed. Kadiro down underneath them.
Jeez, I've been
Deploy not far away, but on Allard on its outside, and Eminent Duke sort of pushing up wide out. I think it's game on, Glenn.
What do you got?
Well, I've been no help this last 4 races because I said to you, like I found.
You're going to help us now.
No, I just thought Deploy does the job again, Mark. Big deal.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Big deal.
Well, he's on top, but I'm just saying, like I'm going to have him. I'm going to have him like 5-1 on top.
Really, like I think his price is where it is at the moment. He looks a 5-2 chance to me. Give us some depth. Where are you going?
Well, I'm saying that forget Kadiro.
Yeah.
Sarajevo's never seen a 1200 metre race, and has got right draw. Ran in a 1,000 metre race last time, which is no hope in. Like, he's a nonny, and he's now $19. He's a $19 club.
Okay.
Got the Goss. He's resuming at his pit distance. His best form is when he resumes, and he's also had the very hot trial that they wanted to back Melbourne Star, who had no form off.
Yeah, in his last 7 starts, he's coming off 9th or 6th.
Yeah, but I'm just saying his best form is fresh, and his best form is at 1200.
Okay.
So I give him some hope.
Suspense, I think, is a bit hard to like without Shin, but
Yep.
Very hard to like with that
you
shit.
know,
We've lost drive.
Deploy we've talked about. Isorich continues to race ridiculously well. He was down there on the inside at Warwick Farm.
Battling away.
And,
What
you know,
else?
it's no Liam Megorian tomorrow. Roaring to Win is...
He is coming off a 301-day spell.
He is.
That's actually a spell, guys.
That's a decent spell. His best lifetime run was 1400 here, where he absolutely caned them. He carries Bishin, and Bishin's not on suspense. Forget Petrosian. Queen of Kariba, like, do you remember what Joe Pride used to do with those mares that he picked up? Like, he used to turn them into wonder mares. Now, he's picked this up off John Sargent, who, in my opinion, you must be able to do something with a sprinter.
It's a massive stable change.
It's a massive, massive stable change.
Alart's honest, but doesn't really win anymore.
Right, Noble Joey gets Kathy back on, but I mean, this horse is 1 from 1 at Randwick 1200.
Kathy.
And Emirates Duke.
Kathy still thinks she's in Pony Club and she's 14.
God, you're the deploy man. What are we doing with deploy?
Well,
mate?
all the others are chewed up, aren't they? Like, they're so exposed. Who's the one that might actually have something? Deploy. So
Yeah.
I agree with going 5 to 6 seems
But I'm thinking
Is it
that,
fair?
Yeah.
that he was perfectly positioned the other day. I'm thinking he's going to be cluttered
We're
up tomorrow.
always icky about PR last start, but he could
No, I'm
just be
thinking
better
he's
than
cluttered in this race.
I'm going to find something
Like
else.
he's drawn
Good
gate
thing,
3.
guys.
By the way, I had some deploy hats made up actually. I brought one to the show on Tuesday, but Mark wouldn't let me wear it because we're back to its last 2 starts, so I get a hat made if we have a big result.
Do you really? Are you bullshitting?
I do have a deploy hat, but for another reason.
All right, now that's the end of the card. Glenn's just about to sort. He hasn't done any of this for a very, very long time.
Are we going to cut it
and
so we got the little spruik?
No,
5 minute bit?
I'm able to cut it. I upload the whole thing.
My best bet tomorrow is in the highways race 4 on an each way basis, number 5, and there is more. It's $8. It has to trip to miss a hole.
Yeah, it's very likeable, isn't it?
Very
You
light.
know, and it fits
in a meeting
because
which is
you
ho-hum.
know that's got the GP tailored look. You know, it's got the Bishin from the wide draw at the sprint course. Last start winning female.
There you go.
Blah blah blah.
I found ticks everywhere. But
Good.
it's a card.
It's
It's
a
a card.
good look. I'm actually going to go with Glenn in the highway, but I'm going to back both of them. I reckon. What is
The
it?
bracket,
Yeah.
Mixed Vendetta, and
Yeah.
and that's another way.
And
to
what
bet.
is that? 30% of the market or
Yeah,
something
it's a
like
good
that?
bet.
Like
There's nothing wrong with that bet either.
And the other one is the 2-year-old. I reckon Eden Rock will win.
I like Burning Energy and Leopari.
But
Yeah,
it
there's
is
both 7-2 chances.
plenty to work with tomorrow. We'll be back on Monday for the rant. There'll be plenty to rant about after this week. We've lost the Premier. God.
Oh, and he, retired due to family reasons.
Yeah.
Just happened to coincide.
And then he
with
said he'd been
his
playing
party.
above his weight. Did you check the missus out? Really?
I know, it's all very... Okay, that's Saturday preview for Randwick. Don't forget the races are on tonight. Canterbury, you can
I'll be
buy
out
a set from me
I'll be out
on
there.
the site.
And I'd like to thank Nick Kyrgios for choking and giving me a nice little result on the tennis because
Is he needs an exorcist, that boy.
I reckon he's the most talented player in the world.
He's easily the best player in the world. Have you ever seen when he plays?
And I bet against him all the time because I'm thinking, like,
What about when he loses and just starts going dink, dink,
know.
and he hits those little shots, he goes, oh, dink. He hits it back to him, but it's like he's playing table tennis.
he ended up winning a point when he stopped trying and just hit it between his legs. Like he's got some serious issues and some serious talent. I think there's an earn in that because
Well, why did you bet against him? In what way?
because I just think he can choke. So I bet in running. So when he won the first set
Yeah.
quite comfortably, I thought, okay, gigantic odds the other guy.
What price was the other guy that says?
It was like sort of unbackable. Like I think I took like 30 to 1 or something like that. Something ridiculous.
Wow!
We'll be back on Monday with the shows that talks somewhat about racing. In the meantime,
See you later, guys.
see ya.